We're going to talk about Ohio State quarterback Will Howard and look at 6 or 7 of his best plays that he had against Tennessee last night or this previous weekend, depending on when you are watching this video. So we're going to look at 6 or 7 clips of Howard. But before we look at these clips, let's talk about his performance for 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll dive into this film. So Will Howard, 24-29, according to PFF, 311 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That interception being a crazy catch in the back of the end zone that there was probably pass interference on that wasn't called. So the big takeaways from Howard, besides maybe him having the best game of the season for him, especially if you consider who they're playing and it being a playoff game, my biggest takeaways from Howard was he pretty much had success off of whatever the defense threw at him. Where they blitzed or where they dropped 7 or 8 to try to confuse him, he had success against both. Against the blitz, he was 6 of 7 for 70-something yards passing, so they didn't blitz as much as they dropped 7 or 8. They tried to keep everything in front, which didn't really work out very well for Tennessee either. So when they dropped 7 or 8, whenever they didn't blitz, Will Howard was 18-22 for 239 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He only had pressure on 6 of his 31 dropbacks. So kudos to the offensive line for really taking care of him up front, and then kudos to Howard to be able to read the defense, decipher the defense, and throw the ball to the right receiver. Now, there were several wide open throws, but we're going to see here in a second some really nice passes where the defense actually was in good coverage. The ball was just better than the defense was. And then something else that stood out was Howard had success pretty much on every type of scheme and play that Ohio State called, including play action and whenever they had just a straight drop back pass. Off of play action, he was 10 of 12 for $136, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Without play action, so just a straight drop back pass, he was 14 of 17 for 170 yards passing and 1 touchdown. So pretty even. Really good off of play action, really good without using play action. Defense didn't really have any answer for either of those type of plays. And the last kind of takeaway was, yeah, the deep ball was really good, and that's going to get a lot of credit. He was 4 or 5. The ball was thrown 20 yards or more downfield. Some really nice throws. That's what helped get Ohio State to have that big lead. But he also took what the defense gave him. He didn't force anything. 17 of his 24 completions, the ball was thrown less than 9 yards. So, yeah, we're going to look at these deep throws because they're nice, good throws they're about to watch. But a bigger takeaway is just not force anything. Let your receivers, let your playmakers take care of getting some yards after the catch. That's exactly what they did with 17 of his 24 completions being thrown less than 9 yards. And he responded after that interception. You know, Tennessee was able to get some momentum. They got within 11 points, and then after that, Ohio State just ran away with it in the second half. So you start off strong, then you know, throw that pick, kind of like, you know, whatever for a second or two with Tennessee getting back in the game, and then you're able to kind of put your foot back on the gas and run away with it. Really good game by Will Howard, probably the best game of the season for him so far, like we talked about, because of these several different reasons, right? The success off everything the defense threw at him and the success of different types of schemes, different type of plays that was called for Howard. So let's go ahead and look at these clips. Again, we got maybe 6 or 7 clips that we'll watch of Howard just demonstrating what we just talked about, and then we'll wrap this video up. Ohio State fans, this is your first time tuning in the channel. This is broadcast footage. We're doing this pretty reactionary, so the day after the game, we are putting this out. So we have to use broadcast footage. We have to slow down the clips so we don't get in trouble, but I think does a good enough job getting the point across still. So this is the first touchdown from Will Howard. It's a straight drop back. Again, we talked about him having success against off of play action and also off straight drop back passes. And this is actually really good coverage. It's going to be a touchdown throw at the top of the screen. We can't see it. It's off the screen. This is really good coverage by Tennessee. Drop straight back, plenty of time, no play action, nothing trying to get the defense out of position. Just a really, really nice ball against pretty good coverage. Yeah, maybe you have a step or so on the DB. That's recovered. That's a really nice ball. Good catch. Good overall football play from Will Howard and Ohio State. So again, it had a touchdown off of play action, a touchdown off of a straight drop back pass as well. And this was the first one of the game to kind of get them going. Maybe my favorite pass of the game as far as just like the accuracy, because the coverage was pretty good in that play. So second clip we'll watch is going to be a deep ball over the middle of the field. They punch it in. I think Judkins maybe gets it in. I can't remember exactly who, but they run the ball in shortly after this. Quick play action, deep ball over the middle of the field. Really, really nice 2-ball here. So it's not on a line. It's not like a deep fade. It's a good touch with some juice in the ball as well. So we're going to see play action here. Good blocking up front. Gets his eyes downfield and able to rip it for a really big play here that gets him down in scoring range. Nice pressure coming in the last second too, where to step up. So good job by Howard. Yeah, it's a nice throw to who is that? Okay, Ohio State fans, I can let me know who that is. I usually watch the game with the volume on mute. So anyways, really nice throw from Howard there down the middle of the field. Here's a third down, 3rd and 5. So this is a deep out here, 3rd and 5, good protection up here. Again, this leads to another touchdown. This isn't necessarily a touchdown here or a quote-unquote deep ball, but it leads to a touchdown shortly after this, right? So they were on fire. At the beginning of the game, they were on fire. They get 21-0. And then Tennessee's able to come back a little bit, actually, after this, and then they able to bounce back. Here's a 3rd and 3, and this is what I mean about 17 of Howard's 24 completions. The ball is so 9 yards or less. Like, the deep balls are great. Those are really nice throws. Those are the main throws we're watching. But these type of throws, I think, is what kept drive alive, kept Ohio State on the field, and led to bigger throws. Now, I know they had the interception shortly after this play, but it was a good 3rd and 3 to kind of keep the drive alive and almost go ahead. Like, if they score that 28-0, then that's game right there, right? Okay, so 21-10 at this point, second half coming, and then Ohio State is able to pretty much run away with it from here. We got a fake sweep early in the second half. Gets his eyes downfield after this fake sweep. It's a 2nd and 8, deep ball here on a deep out. Yeah, it's a deep ball here on a deep out, right outside the numbers there for Will Howard. Once they got up 28-10, that's when I pretty much thought this game was over. Tennessee pretty much had no chance, and this was a score to get them up. Was this a touchdown to make it 28 or 35? I can't remember off the top of my head. But really nice throw to Jeremiah Smith. I mean, that's good coverage. That was really good coverage. That's a nice ball right there. I know some of these throws, the receivers are wide open, but the first touchdown we watched, and then this touchdown here, it was really good coverage. This is a really nice throw by Will Howard, where it was good coverage. The throw was just end up beating you. The throw was just better than the coverage. Really nice throw there by Will Howard. Good coverage, good ball, touchdown, and pretty much no chance of Tennessee coming back. And the last clip that we'll watch of Howard isn't a touchdown. We've seen both his touchdowns, but it helps get Ohio State in position, and they run it in for the last touchdown. So this is a quick play action. Again, we talked about how good he did off of play action. We've seen several play action, and we've seen several of his straight drop back throws. Look at this protection up here, man. Give him plenty of time to go through your reads. Like we talked about in the beginning of the video, it's a nice throw on the deep out. Like we talked about at the beginning of the video, he only had pressure on 6 of his 31 dropbacks. They only got pressure. So really good job offensive line, really good job running the ball, and really good job by Howard reading the defense and throwing it to the right receiver and being able to make some contested throws as well. But Ohio State fans, I do want to hear from you. This is probably our first Ohio State video that we've done all year. But I do want to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, what you thought of Will Howard's performance, what you think moving forward. It's kind of some next steps and where you want to see Will Howard and the offense continue to evolve and grow. Again, probably his best game of this season, if you consider who it is against as far as it being a playoff game and some of these throws here. So let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this type of quarterback content, please consider subscribing. It helps us grow. Like the video, share, all that YouTube stuff. It does help us grow. Keep following us along. We'll see you next time. Peace.